Hello and welcome to the Gemini New Moon Community Ceremony. Today is June 12th. The Gemini New Moon falls on Sunday, June 14th. And I just always find it easier to try to do these on the weekdays for people. And that way the recording will be available before the day before as well, if people need it. So welcome, welcome. I think everybody knows who I am, but just for I'm trying to get it to click. Let's see. Gonna move for me. There we go. So, my name is Judy Keating, and I work at wisetransformation.com. And everyone who is here, whether you're here live or on the recording, you are so welcome here. We are we are so close to the summer solstice. I mean, it's less than 10 days away, ladies, which means that official date is the 21st. But we are definitely in the Gemini window. I said that intentionally twice. So we're going to talk about this upcoming event of Gemini Sun and Gemini New Moon. And we're going to call in sacred space and talk about the timing. And we're going to get ceremonial guidance using the Elemental Forces of Creation Oracle by Lisa Michaels. So if you have a deck, pull them if you got them. But I will definitely have the deck available on screen if you need it. So we're going to open to the living field of creation right now. And if you're in the northern hemisphere, it feels like summer, even if it's not officially summer, but you know, it is very sunshiny or very rainy. It's been very rainy in Atlanta recently, which we need, so it's great. But we're just going to call on the elemental forces of Earth. And I just want to call on body wisdom today. That each one of us has unique guidance given to us by our beautiful human body. 82 degrees in LA. Thank you. Yeah. Is that warm for this time of year for you? Yeah, I had a feeling. Um, and we're going to call in water for play because Gemini brings the fun and the play, but that is really something we need to do more of. One of my mentors, Martha Beck, had a great saying. She would say, play until you feel like resting and rest until you feel like playing. She didn't really consider anything work. She sort of had it as if we're doing what we want with our life force, that's really play. So I just want to call on that energy today. And then we're going to call on the air realm, which is where Gemini lives. And I'm going to say, let's invite our thoughts into a zone of safety today, meaning that we're not going to judge what we think. We're just going to let our thoughts be what they are and let them move through like emotion. Thoughts are just that. They're just like commentary on what's happening. They're not who we are. And then there's fire. And I just feel like illumination and spark both want to join the party for fire. It just feels like we're in such a sunshine time and it just feel like there is some newness afoot. And then spirit, the unified field of all that is, as above, so below, as within, so without, and every molecule in between those directions. The spirit that moves us, that invites our heart to be in reunion with spirit so that we can lead from there. Just want to call on that energy today. So when you have a new moon, the sun and the moon are aligned in the same archetype. So it's like a double dose. It's a boost of energy. And, um, you know, with, oh, sorry, I just read Carol's comment, 108 Real Phil in Collingswood, New Jersey. I did say 108. Over the Delaware River from Philly. Wow. Okay, Gemini, we need to have some uh, muse energy, some creative muse to help us with some of these global events that are going to begin to happen this summer. But we need to find the creative way. Fun doesn't mean not workable. Fun means like it's not rigid to me. So we have this boost of energy, and the boost of energy is all about being a dreamer and a schemer. That's what I call it, dreaming and scheming. Gemini is an air sign that teaches the importance of the mind and ideas. It craves fresh experiences, change, fun, games, and imagination. It is versatile and curious and often plays the comedian or perpetual youth. It's self-expressive through writing, speaking, or connecting to the divine muse through its many creative pursuits. So that's why I called on the divine muse to help us with some global events here. It likes to communicate, network, and bring news and information. So we have a big dose of this in our field right now. So you might even look at what networking opportunities are available to me right now. Who do I want to connect people to people? What do I want to communicate? What what creative pursuits light me up in a playful way, make me lighter, not serious, not heavy. I love this. Albert Einstein said, "Everyone is a genius, but if you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid." So just know that everyone, including you, is a genius. You just are genius in your unique expression and your unique way of being a genius. And if you try to use a yardstick that isn't your genius, that's not going to be any fun. Jim and I would say, don't do that. That's silly in a bad way. That's like mean. So, this is a power time to focus on breathing life into your creation goals. We're almost at the end. We're like at the midpoint of June, and June 30th would be the true halfway point of the year. So the way to do that is not through a lot of efforting and pushing. This is the time to like relax, have fun, go play, and open your mind to a new flow of new ideas. And like I said, it's a magical time of dreaming and scheming. So, what I mean by that is let the parameters of what you think is possible off. Just imagine like any idea that you have that you limit through your own realm of thinking like that's not possible and just say, I mean, we're in Gemini and we have a Gemini new moon and Mercury's going retrograde in the next 9 days. No, 2 weeks. So that all means everything's up for grabs, but in the best possible fun way you could imagine. Oh, Carol, I hope you saw the note from Denise in the chat. Um, So this is the time to really let your imagination run wild, but in a way that it is like, okay, I'm going to let all the shackles off, whatever I believe is possible. And I'm going to say, okay, what's the biggest, baddest, best thing that I could work towards? Like, this is the perfect alchemy for that kind of energy. How does that make you all feel? Uh,
All
yeah,
the words are hitting beautifully. Thank you.
it's
Hmm.
exciting. It's an exciting
Yes.
time,
Hmm.
but
And while
exciting
you're,
in a playful, fun, joyous kind of way, not in a I have to, I must over, like I must achieve. No, no, I must let the magic come. Open my imagination and just invite the universe to conspire with me on my biggest, baddest dream, biggest, best dream. Yep.
I think biggest baddest dream is pretty good too.
Yeah. I meant it. I meant that in like a badass kind of way,
Yes,
not
I
not a not a negative. So you get to decide in the next 2 weeks between now and the 29th of June. We have a little bit of time here because the reason it's longer than 2 weeks is because the actual new moon in Gemini is Sunday, the 14th. Do you think that's a coincidence that there are things happening in our country on the 14th of June? Some of them are communities gathering, communicating.
Mhm.
So take a minute or several and decide what is it you want to infuse your creative energy into the next 2 weeks. Could be something you're already working on. It could be something new. You get to decide. And hopefully you can hear the waves. Sorry, I muted myself because I was coughing. Let me know when you are ready to move forward. Victoria gave me thumbs up. complete. Okay. You ready, Carol? Good. Okay. I'm going to stop the music. And as you're used to, we do utilize the wonderful creation of Lisa Michaels, her Elemental Forces of Creation Oracle, to kind of check in with each of our elemental forces to see how they want to partner or dance with us, have fun with us in this window of Gemini. And we start with the earth. And the earth is the physical, the tangible. Your calendar would be an example. How are you going to spend your time the next 2 weeks in relation to your goal, to your creation? What are you going to do? So I'm going to pull up the earth cards, but you might all have the deck, but if this is for everybody watching the recording, you want to just look over the cards and pick one or two, and you can draw one or two if you have a deck to determine what feels right to partner with you at this time, like what earth card wants to come along. Yeah, I got one giving me a big shout out to make note here. Sorry. Okay. I got embody wholeness for me. Ah, gratitude. And Denise got body wisdom. Ah, priestess within. Beautiful, Victoria. Beautiful card picking, ladies. Beautiful, beautiful. And if you're listening to the recording, just be sure to write down the card. And the beautiful thing about the recording is if we're going too fast, you can pause it. But so in the tangible realm, the physical realm, our time, our body, our 3D reality, the tangible. I came up with a question, but if it doesn't feel right to you, please feel free to use another question or just ask Earth what it wants you to know in relation to your goal or your creation. So, what is the most fun way to express in my physical body or my physical space is what I came up with. What is the most fun way to express in my physical body or my physical space? And you can let me know when you're complete. Okay. Well, how do you feel, Carol? Are you good, or do you need a little more time?
I'm good.
Good.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a fast earth move. Good. All right, now we're going to look at the water card. So you want to draw a water card or two. Carol and the graphics. I just love it.
Hmm.
Oh, good pull, Victoria. Play, 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 play. Inner child. Beautiful. I got relationship to self today. Excuse me. Huh. How about them, Miss Carol? Two relationships to self in the house. Beautiful. Okay. So this is the water realm. It's the emotional realm. It's also the unconscious realm. Sometimes we forget in the water realm, it's also about our unconscious or subconscious, that which is operating behind our awareness. This just came right out of Gemini. It was like, what makes you laugh? And not at life, with life. So that could be like, what makes you laugh? Like, so you're alive, or it could be what makes you laugh with life, the way that life presents herself to you. Who knows? And if that question doesn't serve you, just do you. Me, myself, and I. Yes, yes. And regeneration too. All right, little music. What do you need emotionally if it's not this question? What do you need from water if this question doesn't? Ah, good. Okay. Carol's graphics are making me chuckle. Okay. So we're going to keep moving, and now we're going to go into air, but air is so important right now. What's happening in mass consciousness, what's happening in your own inner realm in terms of your own incubator of thought, because Gemini is an air sign and it is the sign of the divine muse. Gemini gets talked about being the funny one, the playful one, the perpetual youth, but it is also the one that can channel the divine muse, meaning the holy, the sacred, in a way that can be received by the masses. Gemini's the one who can speak the truth and not get her head cut off by the king or leader.
Oh,
So these are the air cards. Did you have a question, Carol, or did that just strike you?
it just struck me. When you said that. I'm off mute. Like the court jester.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the Gemini archetype.
Cool. Thank you.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Write down my card. I got perspective. Ah, whole brain integration and breath. Beautiful. Okay. So this is a time to breathe deeply. It's so funny when we laugh, we breathe deeper, and it gives us oxytocin at the same time. Um, we had a good laugh yesterday about, of all things, bunnies. We just had this conversation about bunnies yesterday that was just off the chain. I mean, it was silly, but it was also a great tool. Um, so in terms of air, I really want you to take a little extra time with air because this is the time when Gemini is so available to you. And, you know, you've heard the term out of the box thinking. Gemini would ask you, what box? There is no box. So I'm doing a check-in with you. What beliefs are making you too serious or rigid right now? As my question to you in the air room. Take it, leave it, doesn't matter. Just if you wanted something to ponder, what beliefs are making you too serious or rigid right now, if there are any? If you need anything else from air, you don't have to do my question. If there's anything else air wants you to know or Gemini wants you to know. Beautiful notes, Carol. Great. Thank you, Denise. Okay. Make any last notes you want to make with air as we move to fire? You all are booking through these. So if you're on the recording, this is just a fast group of ladies. Don't forget, don't take your time. Don't push the pause button. It's your friend. Remember, we're in relax and meditate time. But here are the fire cards. Oh, I got a twofer with fire. Life force and move. Both want to join in. Okay, everybody got a card or two? So let me see what we got here before we move. Sensuality, sexual energy, will and letting go. Looks like we're having a fire sale. Will, there we go. Oh, beautiful. Thanks, Denise. She says, learning more about Gemini. Had a rigid idea of it from growing up with the Gemini grandma. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. So Will is definitely in the house, but beautiful combination of cards, ladies. Okay. What actions will amplify playfulness, fresh ideas, and effortless motion? What actions will amplify playfulness, fresh ideas, and effortless motion. So if you all are up for it, we could dance at the end of this because you all are going at a really fast clip. And that would be an example of effortless motion, playfulness. I'll find something for us that would be fun to dance to at the end. I'll stop the recording so I can pick something. Okay? And
Yes.
if you're listening to the recording, I invite you to dance when we're finished to whatever music brings you joy. That's really the point. But what actions will amplify playfulness, fresh ideas, and effortless motion? That's what we're looking at for you. Okay. Thank you, Denise. Everybody good? Okay, awesome. So now we come to spirit and the beautiful cards of spirit. Grace and trust just jumped into my lap and said, I want to be with you for the next 2 weeks. Grace and trust. Oh, okay. Diamond in the Sun has been put in the jukebox, I think. So everybody got their card for Spirit? So I'm going to have you just ask to access your own divine muse. And how can Spirit utilize you at this point, at this time? How can Spirit utilize you and ask on the inner to access your own divine muse? This is a perfect time for that. And we have unified field and divine masculine co-creation, grace and trust, and vibrational attunement modalities all working with us. Okay, let's see where we're at. Sure. I always say she who asks the question has the answer. There we go. All right, so I'm going to leave the music on because you're now going to put it all together.
Mm.
How you all doing? Uh, Beautiful. So is there anything that wants to be shared about what you discovered before we close and announce when the next and then we're gonna stop the recording and dance because we have time for that. So you can unmute if you like. You don't have to, but you can, or you can type whatever you want. Vibrational attunement modalities infuse my will, engage my whole brain interaction, inviting my inner child's expression and the knowing of my body wisdom. So that is beautiful, Denise. And can that help you with whatever it is you're working on?
Well, I'm just realizing, Judy, with all that you've shared in this ceremony, that I'm really out of touch with play and my inner child. And so, what will it take for me to let go of all this seriousness and really just roll around on the floor, engage that energy, and be a playful kid?
Perfect thing to contemplate. Perfect thing. And then take action on because nobody's watching. You know, nobody's watching. And who cares if they are? Maybe they want to join you. Maybe you'll inspire them. Beautiful. Okay. So I just want to make a formal announcement for the recording before we stop that I'm going to do the Capricorn full moon. Sorry, it says summer solstice. That was a boo-boo. Summer solstice will have come and gone. Um, the Capricorn full moon is actually on Monday, the 29th of June, and I'm going to do it that day at noon, which would be 9 a.m. Ooh, that's not going to work for Hawaii. I might change the time on this, ladies. I might make it 3 o'clock. So stay tuned. I will send an announcement out. The time may be changing on Monday, the 29th, or might need to be another time if noon doesn't work. But I'll I need to put it in the hopper and think about it. But know that that's the start of Mercury retrograde. So that means for the next 3 weeks after June 29th, I'll look it up on my handy dandy calendar that Lisa Michaels recommends when Mercury goes direct. Say it's going to be around the
You do what works for you, Judy. I can always catch up the replay.
Okay, thanks,
Yeah.
Victoria. So just know from the 29th of June to the 23rd of July, Mercury is retrograde. I just wanted to announce that for the recording before we close. Thank you all very much. Thank you for you who are on the recording. Please go play and let your genius shine. And if you're here and you'd like to stay, we are going to dance.
Hey.
And if you're on the recording, please, after you're done, dance.